In the 80s and 90s, bodyboarding was a little bit different during my pro career. I think nowadays, if you compare to those days, the maneuvers are way riskier, way heavier. The waves people are riding are so crazy nowadays. And, back in the day, not many of us really trained at all. We just kind of showed up at the beach and went bodyboarding every day. That was our training. Nowadays, guys have to be fit and flexible to pull off this stuff. We've seen some guys get injured recently because of the heavy stuff these guys are doing. They're hitting the lip on some crazy thick waves. And that was just starting towards the end of my career. So, yeah, the level of riding has advanced immensely since the days when I was a professional. The mainland scene for pro bodyboarding here in the United States is pretty much non-existent. There aren't really any more pro bodyboarders coming out of the mainland USA like there were 20 and 25 years ago. Part of that's because of the lack of support from the surf clothing industry that really kind of funded a lot of this. The other part of that is bodyboard companies were few and far between back in those days. 20, 25 years ago, there were maybe 5 major board companies. Now there's like 50, so they're all diluting the profits. Nobody really has the money to send a rider on the world tour, and we don't have a domestic tour really to sort of feed into that. So there's no sort of path for young bodyboarders to take to be professionals here on the mainland US. A lot of great riders, there's just sort of no avenue for them to work their way up to the world tour, sadly. I hope that changes in the future. Bodyboarding.com, we're going into our 19th year, starting in April this year. Vicki and I started this business from a small condominium here in San Clemente. Now we're in a 4,000 square foot building. We have 3 full-time employees, and it's easy to do a business that you love. We obviously love bodyboarding. It's our life, and it's given us everything we have. So we're just stoked to be able to bring the best bodyboarding gear to anybody that needs it and be able to ship all around the world. Plans for the future are to continue e-bodyboarding, trying to make it bigger, better, more efficient. Always a work in progress for us. And another adventure or venture that we're a part of is a business called Bodyboarding Adventures. Steve and Emily Barnes are running a camp with the city of San Clemente, and we're going to be consulting with them through the year. So we're going to be helping out with the education of the next generation of bodyboarders. So, hopefully the locals here in Southern California, here in Orange County, that want to get people into bodyboarding will recommend those guys. Bodyboardingadventures.com is their website. And Vicki and I will be doing a few private lessons as well through those guys. Remember, when you paddle out in the water, why you started riding waves. We all started this because it's fun, right? So keep that attitude when you're out in the water. Make sure you're having a good time. If you're not, it's time to get out of the water or hang it up. That's really the crux of the whole thing. I see lots of crowds in the water. People get frustrated and bummed out because they really lose touch with that initial reason they started riding waves. So just remember, keep on having fun, keep on sponging.